All right. So the first thing I want to do is always go up to this announcements and info. We have not marked anything new off of our If I'd Only Known project. The only thing I've changed on here is I reworded. We did have this saying career pathway brochure, but in doing distance learning and knowing we're not going to be able to print these off anytime soon, I made them flyers so that we didn't have anything that we had to fold or anything like that. It's not a major change. It doesn't change anything other than like what we're actually creating. And we'll talk about that later. Right now, we're really focusing on these need to knows about our profession, like education level, training, cost of education, requirements for education, projected salaries, work environment, things like that with Benchmark 3, which you're researching on that. And hopefully by tomorrow, we're able to cross all of that out. We're going to be moving today to kind of talk about what your career pathway flyer will look like. And then by the end of the week, hopefully we're wrapping up our project and we're looking at MLA formatting and a works cited page. So if we scroll down here, there's a video linked in your agenda. Okay, this is actually, it says this isn't a part of our class. Everyone at OIA is watching this video. Okay, this is from our counselor's office. So it says the following message is a video, or the following video is a message from Mrs. Pedley, who is our guidance counselor in our guidance counselor's office. And she wanted you to watch this video at some point today. And it's a suicide prevention video by Miss Pedley. Before you go in and watch that, I wanted to show you, if you go to your home page, so if you actually go to the home here, and on your home page, you can see that, well, we have our schedule here, and you have all these, like, if you need extra work with your distance learning times, you can get help from teachers and things like that. But you also have this Miss Pedley by appointment. Click this link. So if you want to talk to Miss Pedley, or if you want to set up an appointment to talk to our counselor, that link is available to you. I pointed that out before, but I think maybe some of y'all needed a reminder. If you hit that link, it'll take you to something that will make you can set up an appointment with her. You can also obviously send Miss Pedley an email or reach out to the school. But that is probably the best way if you want to meet with her. Obviously, if there's an emergency, that's not the best way. But if you want to just have a conversation with her, set up that link there. So going back to our class, I'm going to give you all a few minutes. I want you to watch that video right now. So I'm actually going to just kind of pause the video here, or pause the Google Meet, kind of go silent, and let you click on that link that's right here, and everyone at home is going to watch that individually. I'm not going to play it for you because the sound quality is terrible when I do that. So I'm going to pause my recording. All right, so that should have been enough time for you all to watch that video. If you did not finish the video and you need more time, you're welcome to watch that again later or finish it at a later time. And I'll remind you, if you need to reach out to Miss Pedley, please send her an email, or you can also call the school. But the best way to get a hold of her is set up that appointment from the home page. Okay, so moving on. Talking about what we're going to be doing today. So the number one thing that you're wanting to do today is complete Benchmark 3, gathering resource information. And if you finish that, and only if you finish that, move on to Benchmark 4. We will officially move on to Benchmark 4 tomorrow because Benchmark 3 is due today. So it's kind of where you're pacing. If you are all done with Benchmark 3, or you're almost done, or you're working ahead, you can go ahead and take a look at Benchmark 4 and get started on that. So let's look at Benchmark 3 really quick. Here's one thing I'll say. This isn't showing anyone's grade. This is only showing if you submitted it. So I've got, we did this Friday, so I've got quite a few that either forgot. I'm assuming most of you all forgot to hit the submit button. So if I'm not seeing this little piece of paper next to your name, this is my grading from my class. No grades are shown on this. But if I'm not seeing that little piece of paper next to your name, that means you did not hit the submit button, or you did not open the document and hit the submit button. So probably about a third of the class forgot to hit the submit button or hasn't opened this yet. So So that's an issue. So you need to do that right now if you haven't. So let me show you how to do that. You're going to go down to your project, and you're going to go to, sorry, not World Studies First Project, but If I'd Only Known Project, Benchmark 3, Gathering Source Information. Click on that, and then you're going to go down like we have for all these other documents. You're going to hit Create an Attachment from Template right down here. Create that attachment. It will attach to the Dropbox, and then hit Submit My Work. And then you can hit that little thing that looks like this. That's attached right down here. Click that, and that will open up this template. Okay, and most of y'all have done this. I think a lot of y'all forgot to hit the Submit My Work button. So make sure to hit the Submit My Work button. Now you can go back to our agenda on Friday, and you can watch whenever I went through this detail by detail by detail. We talked about this for a really long time. I'm going to go over it briefly today just to remind you about what you're doing. But you're using the sources from Benchmark 2. So remember, in project-based learning, we build off of each benchmark. So as you complete, or I guess we build up, as you complete a benchmark, we go from there. So benchmark 1, we chose a profession. Benchmark 2, we chose sources. Benchmark 3, on this one, we are gathering information from those sources, okay? So they build off of one another. So you'll use your sources from benchmark 2, copy and paste a link. So your first website, second website or source, third website or source, and then fourth one. That's how you're going to organize this. And then you're going to copy and paste those in and use those websites or sources to find information, okay? Now, this is really important, and this is going to make our next step tomorrow a lot easier for you if you do this. You need to paraphrase, and paraphrase means to put in your own words, okay? So don't copy and paste. Do not copy and paste, because on your final paper, if you copy and paste, you will automatically get a 0 from that, okay? You cannot plagiarize, okay? So paraphrase, put it in your own words. When you find something, come over here and reword it into all these sections, okay? And I'll tell you, on your career pathway flyer, the final thing we're doing, benchmark 4, is going to be, there's going to be a paragraph on this section, there's going to be a paragraph on this section, and there's going to be a paragraph on this section that you have to write. So the better you do on this research, the better you'll do on that last part, okay, on that benchmark 4. So that is the most important thing for you to get done today, okay? I'm going to really quick go and look at benchmark 4 just to give you an idea, of as you're doing research, what do you need? You're going to be, we'll talk about the grading tomorrow. If you want to read through that today, you can, but I'll show you the template that we come up with for benchmark 4. And again, I'll go over this in greater detail tomorrow, but just to show you, let this pop up here. Just to show you that you're going to replace and erase all information in the brackets. So I got these brackets here. You're going to insert information into those, but one paragraph is going to go here, the profession description. And this is for that first part of benchmark 3, where you're looking at work environment, hours worked, vacation time, physical demand, benefits. You're going to talk about that in this paragraph. And then where you found the wage and pay is going to go here. And then education requirements are going to go here. So education level, years it's going to take, an example of a school program that you researched, cost of that education, entry requirements for that education. And then the last one's how to get hired. What type of person you need to be? What kind of skills do you need? What do you need to do in high school and college? And these are all the things that you've researched. So the better you do on benchmark 3, on this one, benchmark 3, the better and easier it'll be to do benchmark 4. Okay. So make sure that you are doing that diligently. And tomorrow, and I really briefly showed you benchmark 4. So tomorrow I'll go into that in greater detail. Now, if you're ready to move on to that, and you've done a really good job on benchmark 3, it's up to you today to kind of figure that out. But I will be available in the Google Meet if you have questions as you're working on that. And obviously, I'll go over it in more detail tomorrow. So that's all I have for instruction today. Obviously, I'll be available in the Google Meet. I'll be available on GoGuardian Chat. So pop in if you have any questions. All right. Thank you all, and I'll talk to you later.
like go over it better.
Sorry, Jackson. I don't know why, but my volume was muted. What did you say?
I said, is it okay if we do just the pictures and that the simple stuff and wait till tomorrow to do the paragraphs
Yeah,
and
that's
more
fine. Yeah,
explain?
of course. So if you want to do a little bit on benchmark four, just to get kind of the ball rolling and looking over it and stuff, that's fine because I'm going to give you time tomorrow to work on that. And yeah, that's fine. No problem.
Okay, thank you.